So I have my phone out to double check.
And I see it. It says live.
So it's
Live
not
on
live yet.
Facebook.
That's how we made the mistake before.
Oh, on
Here.
my end it does.
Okay, hold on.
Just in case. Hey, everyone.
Just in case. It's okay. People, it's like, let's see. Yes, there we are. I see us. Okay, awesome.
Yay.
Welcome, Ariana. Hello, everyone. So excited to be here.
Me too. Hi.
Yes. So Ariana and I were just chatting away. She was sharing everything that she is up to and her journey. And we actually were like, no, wait, stop, pause, because everybody gets to hear this and be inspired by this.
Yes.
And actually, just a funny and transparent story is that Ariana and I did this in September. And it was one of those moments, I don't know if any of you do Facebook Lives or stream through Zoom, where it didn't record and it didn't go actually to Facebook. There was like this one step that apparently I didn't do, and it still said live. So we did this whole fabulous, awesome talk, and we're talking about all the things, and it was like, yes, and we were just sharing, and it was so awesome. And then afterwards it was like, oh my God, this didn't record because I wasn't recording it because it was live, and then it didn't go live. So it was this whole disappointment, and just one of those days where you're like, gosh, I really just suck. So happy to be back. And
me too.
Yeah, thank you so much for being willing to come on and do it again. I know you have such a generous, giving heart, and that's why you are heading in the direction that you are heading, which is so exciting. You have some exciting news to share, and I think that there's a lot of people in this group that may or may not be in a similar position or just have been. So what are you creating right now?
I am for lack of better words, I am creating a business right now, and I'm actually making the time to do that by, finally doing what I wanted to do for a while, which is, leave corporate world, leave my job, and, make nutritional therapy and health and wellness my full-time, around the clock gig.
Yeah.
So,
and you have a specific come from when it comes to helping clients.
What do you mean? Like my story?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We talked a lot about your story last time, where we're talking about, or when I think of you, I think about your testimonial and getting down to the real root cause, and how you just embody that and know that. And really, when I say embody that, there's something there's something about sitting in front of another person who's able to really lead someone down the full journey versus just give away the information. And I consider Balance and Shine and part of my purpose in life is to be a bridge for that, for people to say like, it's okay. Like, when you put yourself into it, and your experience and your beliefs and your unique calling, that's when your work really becomes really satisfying. And you just become so much more effective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
so, you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, it's, just touching on the root cause type of, I guess the idea of root cause, I always knew that there was more to it than just like you said, meeting with someone and saying, okay, like, thanks for your story. Here's all my information. We're not going to, that's it. Like, I know that there's more to it, because, when it comes to our symptoms, it's not just what we eat. It's also our relationship with food. It's our relationships with other people. It's our general life situation that all plays into it. And I always knew that, but I think that going through the program, through the NTC program, I got a lot of the more science nutritional aspect, but not the, how do I kind of have a session with someone where we can touch on this other stuff, so with Balance and Shine, that's kind of like what it gave me. It wasn't so much that I was all of a sudden like I had an epiphany that, oh my gosh, like mindset is important. I came into Balance and Shine knowing that, but what it
Yes.
helped me do was sort of, you know, turn my sessions into something that can, had more meat to it and wasn't
Yeah.
just information. It wasn't just information giving on my
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we really are, and like we talk about it, in I guess like in our NCC class, NTP classes, where it's we are a place that they can come to and talk to us. But if you don't know kind of what to do with that information, how to kind of like be that safe place in like have that, be comfortable in sort of like not really providing all of the answers off the bat, then you're gonna get, you're gonna totally pass by that. And that's
Yeah.
why, like, the root cause thing, like I've always, like you said, yes, I've definitely had my own history of, you know, I wasn't ever diagnosed with any eating disorder, but disordered eating was definitely, an issue
Yeah.
of mine. And
Yeah.
so I always knew that there was more to the puzzle, than just what I ate and like how I, and my symptoms. So
Yeah.
long story short, it all basically just came full circle because I knew that root cause. I knew that mindset was an issue, and Balance and Shine sort of allowed me to feel a little more confident in how I, you know, allow people and give them that space that they need to talk about stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to acknowledge you because you have like a whole new aura.
Thanks.
So it's been really awesome to watch you grow.
Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, super exciting.
Yeah.
So as far as reframing root causes, um, that's something we talk about so much. And actually, it's something that actually got birthed during the 6 seasons that I've run it.
Mhm.
And because it was the ahas coming from the students that were like, oh, you mean I don't have to be solely my knowledge actually isn't solely responsible for for correcting someone's symptoms. I don't have to fix somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't. And it's feel like I just read or listened to something that was exactly about this, how it's sort of like you really, oh, I know a girl that I know who was a yoga teacher. You know, she's like, I want to so badly fix the people that walk into my studio, to heal, to feed, to support, to whatever. And it's like, yes, me too, I get it. But at the end of the day, we the only people that are going to heal are, or no quotes, but actually heal, are the people who are ready to. So we can't burn ourselves out, trying to force feed this information. And it's not easy to do. Like, I do have some clients who I tell the same thing to over and over again, and they
Of
still
course.
like, and I'm like, I don't know how much more I could like give of myself to try and like, get them to get it. But that's just it. Like, they'll get it when they're supposed to get it. And that sucks because I wish I can help them sooner,
It's
but
so hard.
it's not on me. My job is to support, to guide, I do educate, obviously,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to, like I said, burn myself out because they are getting in their own way, the self-sabotage situation, or
Yeah.
that they're just not ready,
They're just
not
not
even to
ready.
put the
Yeah.
blame on that. That was kind of like me, not being mean. It was more
That was me cracking the whip. Come on, get it
basically,
together.
it's just some people aren't ready. There's something that's just not ready to move into that next step, and that's not on us.
And they may not be ready to, and I mean, I think that that is a really good point, is the readiness,
Mm-hmm.
because I often consider my job
Mm-hmm.
as a nutritional therapist helping people increase their readiness factor
Mm-hmm.
by helping them increase their awareness.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah. And giving other practitioners the freedom and the tools to be able to do that, like, and to acknowledge and see, right? So we talk a lot about, you know, how our information it satiates, but it doesn't fix. So, and that really goes for any healer or coach. It goes for any acupuncturist. It goes for anything. So, well, acupuncturist is actually doing a actual treatment, but you know, information, it satiates. You get this information, it makes sense to you. Your brain's like, oh, I get it. I understand digestion more. I get the value of hydration. I understand, you know, why certain foods might not be good for me or affecting me in some way. And, you know, it's like, that's like, it satiates. You're like, oh, I understand. Like, it's valuable. It's healing to some extent.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do the work. It doesn't fix the problem. The work still has to be from crossing one, you know, starting at one part of the bridge at the beginning when people are working with us and helping them get to the end. And if there's anything that stops people from playing at their full capacity in this job, it's their belief in themselves that they can help somebody through, like, cross the bridge. So they get, like, I have the suspension bridge right by my house. I was thinking about doing a video there later today because I freaking hate it. I hate this bridge and I hate going through it. And as soon as I get like more than halfway, I have this urge to just want to run to the other side just to like get it over with. Right.
Yeah.
And that is the process of change. And like, I don't care if you're, you know, trying to change your diet or if you're starting a business, because they go together. And I honestly haven't had a seasoned practitioner that I've worked with that hasn't discovered the relationship and their own personal healing growth in doing this job, and also like through helping other people. Like it's always happens. And like, that's the magic of, right, the kind of sparkly language, the magic of it. But really sometimes that's kind of the healing that we're looking for. Not kind of, but really it is. So, so yeah, like when you have that space inside of you, that's like, I'm okay. I know what I'm doing. And I have everything that I need in this moment. There's nothing that I don't, you know, I'm never going to know everything at the same time. That's always anyways. Right. And then it's like, okay, I know I have a process. I can take people through the steps. And then that's it. There is no like,
and I really like how you said, you know, the awareness part of it all, because it's, you know, from the client's perspective, self-awareness is like key to change. And from, you know, us as practitioners, as healers, self-awareness is key to change, because, you know, if we're not staying aware of ourselves, we can't change much. We don't know what our you know, how we're holding ourselves back, or how we're, you know, talking to ourselves. Because if you sit there and subconsciously are saying like, oh, you can't do this, like, what are you thinking? You're not going to be able to do it. Like, you have to have that self-awareness to turn that thought process around. And that goes for the clients and whatever changes they need to make. And that goes for us as healers, and kind of getting over that, you know, feeling of inadequacy, or like you talked about, I think it was yesterday, like the imposter syndrome, like that feeling. It's not, honestly, I'm still new, so I can't say that this is the truth, but I feel like that'll kind of always be there a little bit to some extent. But it's like having that awareness that like, okay, this is just a fear. This is just a feeling. It doesn't define anything. And I can kind of I just have to kind of keep moving, using my tools, keep moving, keep talking to myself, you know, affirmations, getting myself through it, because you eventually do become, you know, the expert and are able to make changes, and kind of the same thing for clients. So,
yeah, absolutely. And it is really through taking those like steps and to keep moving through the discomfort that that's how you that's the only way to break through it. And I can say that almost every time I talk to a practitioner, there's always that's not the conversation. The conversation is always, oh, but I need this. Oh, but I need this next training. Oh, but I need this bigger website. Oh, but I need this next thing so that I can finally feel good. And it's like, no, that's not what you need.
Nope.
You just need
Nope.
to take the next small step, and nothing is stopping you from doing that. Nothing.
Yep.
So that means making the next lead magnet.
Mm-hmm.
That means, you know, booking a talk. That means posting on social media. That means, you know, it's like, what's the next thing?
Mm-hmm.
And showing up and being visible and inviting people to work with you. That's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That's it.
And like, honestly, I am, you know, in my head, there's a piece of me that is definitely like, you know, I want more education. I want more of this. I want more of that. But I'm
Of
like,
course. Yeah.
and I'll get it. Like, that's the other thing. I don't have to not do all the stuff that you just said. You know, they don't have to be, you know,
Mutually
exclusively.
exclusive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can take the steps forward. I can move my business forward, and I can get a little more education. You know, like I signed up for a course I'm taking in January. I'm
Yay.
excited about it. That's not going to stop me from continuing to post social media, to hopefully, you know, create a program, to market myself more to
Not
one-on-one
hopefully.
clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You
you
are
know,
creating
it's,
a program.
yes, I am. I am.
You
I
want to share
am.
what it is?
Sure. So, you know, when I went through Balance and Shine, you know, I kind of at first took material and was like, this is going to be really great for one-on-one sessions. You know, we talked about kind of using it in a group setting,
Mm-hmm.
but I always was like, no, I think I really like it, like, to be able to, you know, get deeper with one-on-one clients. And I still want to do that. But um, I started to look at it and I'm like, this can be like, now I get, like, something just clicked one day and I was like, wait, doing this in a group, like, is something that you know, I want to pursue. And I actually think that when we first had our, you know, talk that didn't go live, I did bring this up that, like, oh, you know, I'm thinking about this, but I finally, like, got my head wrapped around it. And, you know, in the way that things work, I found someone who I might be able to, you know, from the fitness industry, combine with, to sort of give this program to clients who, you know, they come to fitness, they have a lot of stuff going on in their mind. But with fitness, they're not getting, you know, obviously they're getting motivation and they're getting movement, which is super important. But there's no specific nutrition and mindset aspect of, you know, what this woman that I'm meeting with is offering. So, you know, what I'm
Awesome.
hoping to do is to sort of combine my program, Balance and Shine, with this, like, fitness world, and
Yeah.
sort of offer it as a program, as an add-on to, you know, to, right now it's to this one particular place, but maybe to more. So it's sort of like I'm turning it into a group program where I can really work with, you know, for me, I do, my focus is mostly on women's health. So it's mostly women that I work with, and across the gamut. They don't have to be moms, but moms, working women, whatever they are, just women. And you know, the I'm like really excited to be able to sit in a group and have these conversations,
Yes.
because that's kind of what got me. So, like, you know, I've used the Balance and Shine program with a client, and it was like, it was great. Like, to her, she was like blown away with just like the things that she was thinking about, and she was able to, like, really have a different look out outlook on her relationship with food. And that was really exciting. But to have these conversations with a larger group of women, like,
Yeah.
where they can support each other, because that's the other part of it, is the group situation is really making it like a, look, I'm not here to teach you things. I will give you some information that you could use when it comes to nutrition, but I'm here to open up a space for all of you to come together and talk about what your goals are, why you have those goals, what is your main, like, what is your real why. You know, let's have conversations about obstacles. What are yours? What are yours? And how can we, you know, work together to maybe overcome them, you know, because I have so many ideas in my mind, but when you put the group together and you have like women helping each other, being like,
They do
oh,
the
you
work
know,
for you.
yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, you may
Yeah.
be so closed off to, these are my, like, I'm the victim of my life, I can't get through these things.
Yeah.
But having a group to sort of talk to is like, you know, Lady A will be like, wait, but you said that you have some time in the mornings, maybe you can do this and that. And then that person's like, you just opened up a whole new like world for me that I was like closed off to because I was so stuck in my own
Yeah.
head. So, you
Yeah.
know,
And I
some,
mean, we think that so often that we're the only ones
yes,
that are struggling and we lone wolf it and we keep to ourselves.
yes,
And so just, having those conversations are so incredibly healing and so powerful. So
yes. So that's sort of like what I'm doing. So I'm sort of, taking the bones of Bounds and Shine, keeping, the frame of it, and just sort of changing what I need to fit, whatever other programs are offered so that it
100%.
can like be all added in together. And I'm like super excited about it because I just want to like meet with these ladies already. Like, let's do this.
I can feel
So
that in
yeah,
my heart right now. So
yeah,
it's going to be really good.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Very, 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 very awesome. And when you do this work, your clients don't forget you.
That's the hope. And like great, great. Like
Yeah.
hopefully they don't forget me, but hopefully they, can use whatever they learn in a more
Yeah.
like lifelong sustainable way. Where it's
Yeah.
more like, thank you so much for that course, or not course,
Yeah.
but workshop, whatever, rather than, I mean, if they need to come back to me, I'm happy to
Yeah.
take them, but, I'd rather them walk out and have like tools they could use forever.
Absolutely. And I mean, what a
So,
powerful intention.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like super excited.
Yes. And yeah, I would definitely look for other opportunities to run that too, because I think they're going to come your way. So, what was your favorite week in the program?
Um, so, you know, I, I like asked myself because I remember we did kind of touch on this when we had like our
Yeah.
original talk.
Yes.
And my
You're in
answer
a
may have
different state.
changed. My answer may have changed, but I don't think so because I can't remember if I'd said the same thing. But honestly, my favorite is like the um, cravings and stress topic. Um, I just find, and kind of what you and the takeaways that were, the exercises, the learn and let go, and then the empowered pause, because those things like talking, bringing it back to what I said about awareness, like the empowered pause, people don't realize that they could just like stop for a second. Nobody realizes that like their day doesn't have the day